Famous science fiction writer Robert A. Heinlein once wrote, "A generation which ignores history has no past and no future. Indeed, for a country like India with a rich historical background, it would be imprudent, if not dishonorable, to simply forget the contributions and sacrifices made by our forefathers for India's independence." As India celebrates its 76th Independence Day this year, it is only befitting to recollect and honor the heroes who sacrificed their lives for the nation. In this episode of Shillong's iconic structures, we are featuring the Rhino Heritage Museum, a war museum dedicated to war heroes, military weapons and defense achievements. Located at Rilbong, the Rhino Heritage Museum is one of the most prominent war museums in the Northeast. Constructed in 1928, the museum is a concrete structure previously known as Dungeon Lines, as it was used as an armory and a prison to house Japanese prisoners during World War II. Traveling through the busy Shillong to Guwahati highway, it is indeed hard to miss this pink-colored, semi-oval structure with round windows and with a magnificent sculpture of a rhinoceros placed at the foreground, symbolizing resilience, courage, and determination. As visitors enter the main gate, manicured gardens and well-laid flower beds are a feast for the eyes and will surely make one want to stop for a selfie or two. The museum depicts the history of the military in Shillong and its heritage structures, the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, war trophies and weapons, and a section dedicated to gallantry award winners. Since 1928, this unique shaped structure has been used for various purposes. From a small arms store to a prison, the building was also used by the 1/8 Gurkha Rifles as a magazine to house their ammunition after World War II. After independence, this building was left unused until 1998 to 99, when it was given a new lease of life in the form of a museum. It is now a prominent landmark showcasing the valiant history of the 101 area, the first army formation to reach Dhaka during the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. Did you know that the interior and exterior walls of this building are so thick that if ever the structure is demolished, breaking through the walls would be a gigantic task? The thickness of the exterior walls is roughly about 2 feet, while the width of the interior walls measure approximately 1 foot. Though small in size, this museum has a large collection of artifacts of historical importance. From old photographs of Shillong city and various military operations to weapons and write-ups on the walls, this 3-room structure also displays old handwritten letters written by officers of the 1st King's Gurkha officers and 2 KGO Gurkha rifles to the IGP in Shillong dated 9th August and 23rd August 1921, narrating the regiment's performance during the First World War in France, Mesopotamia and Palestine. Unseen pictures of the Dalai Lama being escorted by the military as he entered India from Tibet through Arunachal Pradesh in 1959 are also on display in the museum. There is also a section in the main hall of the museum dedicated to Meghalaya's very own Captain K.C. Nongrum, who sacrificed his life fighting in Pakistani troops during the Kargil War in 1999, and Major David Manlan, a young Indian Army officer from Manipur who was killed in action while leading his team to hunt down militants in Nagaland in 2017. The premises also house a life-sized statue of Field Marshal SFHJ Manekshaw and the busts of Captain K.C. Nongrum and Major David Manlan. Did you know that the museum also accommodates a battle tank used during the Indo-Pak War in 1971? The Vijayanta tank was moved from New Delhi to Shillong, covering a distance of 3,600 kilometers in 2017. It was first pressed into service in 1966 and then phased out in 2004. A replica of the siren fitted on a pilot vehicle of Lieutenant General A.A.K. Niazi, Martial Law Administrator and Commander of the Pakistan Eastern Command, also finds place in this heritage museum. It may be mentioned that Lieutenant General A.A.K. Niazi signed the Instrument of Surrender at Ramna Racecourse Ground in Dhaka, Bangladesh in 1971. The other relic includes an old telephone used by the Indian Army during the 1971 war. The building was given a facelift in 2018 with the installation of a life-sized statue of Field Marshal SFHJ Manekshaw, the Chief of the Army Staff of the Indian Army during the India-Pakistan War. Construction of a small pool and round-shaped concrete pillars on the premises of the museum. The Rhino Heritage Museum serves as a reminder of the supreme sacrifices of our soldiers to the nation, and more importantly, it instills a sense of inspiration and encouragement to the future generation.